Okay, so there's a Kirby anime, and it's kind of the greatest thing ever made. If for whatever reason you're unaware, Kirby is just a pretty simple platformer published by Nintendo and designed by Masahiro Sakurai, aka the guy who's behind Smash Brothers. And so somebody looked at, this platformer and was like, what's a good way for us to make more money off this? Why don't we make an 100-episode long anime series? And thus, Kirby Right Back at You was born. Kirby Right Back at You is a peculiar show in a good number of ways. One of the most immediate when you start watching would be the animation style. The show uses very odd choice of animation, opting to use both 3D and 2D animation in the same shot. It's not noticeable at all. You barely. It's very noticeable. It's very noticeable. Another very notable thing about this show is its English dub. It's pretty great. King Dedede sounds like a discount gangster for no reason, and they made Midnight seem all mysterious by making him sound like some conquistador. But what really makes the English dub so amazing is the unique theme song that they gave to it. It's probably the most well-known part of the show, and it's for very good reasons. It's actually amazing.
Kirby, 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 that's the name you should know. Kirby, 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 he's the star of the show. He's more than you think, he's got maximum pink. Kirby, Kirby, Kirby's the one. He comes right back at ya.
Personally, I watched this show as a kid, and I can tell you for a fact this song has been seared into my memory ever since. And that's for good reason. The overtop music and singing, and it's just all ridiculous, and I love it so freaking much. And to this day, I cannot think of another cartoon that had an opening that even came close to this good. It is legitimately amazing, and I doubt it will ever be topped. Now the show doesn't really have that much of an overarching plot. There's some stuff but it's not really relevant until the end of the series, which is honestly more than I think I'd expect, considering this is just a video game cartoon. But for the most part, episodes are just King Dedede coming up with some harebrained scheme or getting some monster to try and get Kirby out of Dreamland, and then Kirby fights back using one of his copy abilities, or something along those lines. It's your standard kind of villain of the week show, like Power Rangers or JoJo's Part 3. But, and this is a big but here, some of these schemes are insane. And I can't believe they actually made episodes out of them. Here's just a few I'd like to highlight. A classic is Episode 2, a blockbuster battle. The episode is fairly, standard cartoon. Kirby came to Dreamland the episode before, and they're trying to find a place for him to live. It's an alright episode until you figure out what was removed in the English version. In the original Japanese version, there's a scene where Kirby fires a gun repeatedly in a police station, almost killing multiple innocents. Oh boy. There's also classic episodes like DDD's Raw Deal, where King Dedede takes over a local sushi business and then forces it to become a cheap chain restaurant, forcing the chef in charge to trade in his integrity for promised profits and then giving him almost none of the money. There's also the episode where Dedede makes his very own cartoon. He forces the entire town to work for him to make it and ends up throwing out all their work and decides to do it himself. The entire episode feels like the animation team wrote it and they just wanted to complain about people who think animation is easy. And who could forget the episode Waddle Dee While You Work, also known as the slavery episode. Yeah, you heard me right. In this episode, King Dedede, in an effort to settle his crippling debt, sells all the Waddle Dee that work for him to the townspeople. And almost everybody's like cool with it except for Tiff. So like, that's a thing. there are a ton of great episodes like these ones. Like the episode where Kirby and DDD get morbidly obese, or the episode where a snowman breaks into Kirby's home and tries to murder him in his sleep. Or heck, there's even the episode where DDD makes his own school in an effort to educate the children of the town after disrespecting his authority. I don't want to spoil too many episodes for you because I think you should get the chance to experience them for yourself. Kirby Right Back Gotcha overall is not an amazing show by any means, but it's far from bad. For me, it sits in this perfect balance of quality and nostalgia that makes the show an absolute joy to watch. Kirby is something where you can just sit down, knowing it's not going to be a masterpiece, and just have a good dumb time watching a good dumb show. And that, in my opinion, is the perfect representation of what a video game cartoon should be. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and have a great day. Thank you.